Hey, I'm back today with the gorgeous Amy.
Oh, hello, lovely Karen.
Hello, my darling. My darling, this one is done by Amy.
Yes, that's
I
right.
saw this, Amy. Just explain a little bit. It's on a Crime Watch Daily thing, isn't it?
Yes, and I was watching it in Crime Watch Daily, and it was showing this island in the Hudson River, and it has a castle. The remains of the castle when there. So I was very intrigued and wondering, if it was to do with Tartaria or whatever.
Yes, it damn well
So,
is. Amy, explain a bit about it then. I'm going to put the
yes.
video on now, but explain a bit about it.
Well, it was, so it's an island 50 miles of New York City, or off of New York City, and it was an abandoned military surplus warehouse.
What,
So,
first?
yes.
But it
First
looks like a
was,
castle.
yes. So it was built in the style
Oh,
of
one
a
second, Amy.
castle.
I don't mean to cut in because I said I'd do this, but I just wanted everybody to know. I'm just going to stop the video. This thing had whatever that is round, whether this was water, and I think on some of the pictures you can see a road going off over here, but this had trees on it. Whether this was like this and it had water and you could sail, and I didn't see in the pictures any roads coming here, but there is something going off there. But it had like a well, it's not, what do you call them when they've got castles and they have, what do they call them?
The turrets?
No, the water
moat,
thing round them.
The moats?
The moats, yeah. It's not really a moat, but it's that kind of thing. I'll put the video on. But I just wanted to mention that because it came up. Carry on, Amy.
Yeah, so it was built, it says, in 1901.
Oh, just to say, in
when,
this picture, you can see it's a proper building. Anyway, Amy's going to explain, Amy.
yeah, and this guy Francis Banner, and he was a businessman, and he sold ammunition, surplus ammunition, but he also wanted to have a castle built there, and it was constructed to look like a Scottish castle, and the island.
Amy, it's
used to be
older
called,
than that. You wouldn't put this much money
I
into a
think
castle. It's a lie, isn't it?
I agree, and it said it.
He'd have been a mega multi-millionaire to build this.
Yes, and he bought all this after the Spanish-American War. He had bought up all the surplus ammunition, and he needed a place to store it outside of New York City. So he bought made this arsenal in Bannerman's Island. They used to call it Polypal Island after the name of a young girl that had gotten stranded there. It's a folklore tale. So, but now when he bought it, they called it Bannerman's Island, and so he had this elaborate castle built, it said, and it was very beautiful and elaborate. And then what happened was in 1950, there was a storm that sunk the ferry boat that would take you to this island. And so the arsenal was left, it says the arsenal was left more or less abandoned since then. But then when August 8, 1969, there was a large fire and it destroyed much of the buildings. And
You said there was beautiful gardens there, didn't you?
Yes, and today it still is. You could visit it. Now the property is owned by the state of New York. It's New York State Office of Recreation and Historic Preservation, and it says it's mostly in ruins. But when I was watching it with the Prime show, they were showing it, and it is beautiful, and beautiful flowers.
Big building.
Yes, it was just gorgeous. But it said that the exterior walls are still standing, but all the internal floors and non-structural walls.
It doesn't look like fire to me, Amy. There's no scalding marks on anything. That is not fire.
Right, I know, I agree, Karen, and so it said that the island has been the victim of vandalism and trespass neglect and decay. But you can take a tour there if you want to.
It was bigger though. I looked it up. It used to be 13 acres, but it might be with this out wall thing on they were including. And when you take that off, it becomes 6 or 7.
Yes.
But there's a causeway then, and there it is on that picture. So they could have got to the mainland on that.
Yes.
Yeah. In place. So sad they've had to destroy it, destroying all the history.
Oh, I know.
There's no way he built all this. Oh, very quickly. Americans like to say that they're so jealous of the English because we have castles. Look, best castles in the USA. Look how old that is. Look, there's like a Bannerman house there on that one, and a church, and another kind of castle thing there. So, you know, what is all this? Anyway, that was just one picture I saw, and I'm going to stick a few more in a moment. It's crazy, Amy.
Right.
Americans think there's another one. They don't think that you don't think you've got any castles, and you do.
I know, that's right.
For a minute, a few more pictures of
And when it was showing it, and it was just so beautiful. And I thought of you when I was watching it, because I know that you love to study, castles and Tartaria. So I put it in the back of my mind.
It says it was built in 1901, but it wasn't.
I agree. Yeah.
There's no way they're going to build that kind of building in 1901.
Right.
And it says here, and stop it there. Oh, it says on one side of the castle carries the words Bannerman Island. It was built in the style of a castle by Gilded Age businessman Frank Bannerman. Oh, that's his age, 1851 to 1918, who had purchased an island in 1901. The name Popeliepel is a Dutch word for wooden ladle.
Yes.
And Bannerman means something else, but that's his name.
Yes.
Crazy, Amy.
I know, Karen.
But you can only go back so far, can't you?
That's right.
This is incredible. Now castles are appearing all over America.
Right.
I forgot about this one because I think I was a flat earther, but I was into all the Crime Watch dailies at that point. Into the Watts case, and I just forgot about it.
Right. Yes, I just happened to be watching
What
one
an
the other
amazing
night.
building this was. What an amazing place. Destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
Yes, and it said when the fire, which we don't think it really was a fire, but it said when the fire broke out, they just let it burn. They didn't do anything.
Like we've got, up the road, we've got Donington Castle. It isn't nearly as magnificent as this place.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah.
Great big pagan place this was.
Yes.
Anyway, I think we're at the end now, Amy. We just wanted people to feel in America.
That's right.
These are abandoned places. Some of them are on islands and you just can't get. So you might know they exist because they're on islands. But what's your thoughts as we finish, Amy?
I think it was something to do with Tartaria, this castle. And
what do you think about the moat thing around the outside with the turrets on?
What do you think it was to?
I think maybe they had boats in there, but they got to the mainland on a causeway. But maybe they did have boats in there.
That could be, yes. Maybe they had boats that were taking them people to the island.
Sad, isn't it? And now it's just completely destroyed.
Yes, and New York State took it over. I think it was in 1950. I could be mistaken.
Yeah, they probably the ones that destroyed it.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yes.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing building. Amy, should we finish now? Because we can't find out all the history, but we just wanted people to become aware of, you've got castles all around. I mean, look at it. It's amazing. It was amazing, this place. And there's even a derelict bit there. So there was even, oh my God, it was just beautiful.
Yes, I agree.
Anything you want to say, Amy? So you've got castles, Amy. You don't have to be jealous of us. You've probably got a queen and a king somewhere.
That's right. We don't have to be jealous. You're right. We have our own castles and royalty.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say, Amy?
I think that covers it. But I'm glad you were interested in it.
Yeah, Amy, amazing. Thank you so
Put
much.
it in the back of my mind. Oh, you're welcome, Karen.
Amy and I have decided to come back and add a little bit to it because, you know, we know that what they've told us is not true. And I mean, here, I mean, look at this. Look at this. That's like another era here. This is, it was enormous, this part of it, because there's a house on there as well. So some of the pictures are of the house, which is up here, and some of them are this building here, and sometimes it looks more cathedral-like and so forth. But what did you find out, Amy, to add to it?
Well, I was looking up the history, and it said that it was discovered by the Europeans during the first navigation of the Hudson River by early Dutch settlers in New York. And then it was saying that during the Revolutionary War, which would be around 1776, they tried to put like these barriers in between the island and this other, it's called Plum Point, across the river, but it didn't stop the British. They could still, they were still able to burn down a certain city called Kingston. And then it said that George Washington
That's
later
them just destroying it, Amy.
Right. And it said that, and George Washington later signed a plan to use the island as a military prison. However, there is no
evidence. It kind of looks older than that.
Yes, I agree. They never ever found
Can you
any
imagine it? I'd like you to build
in
a house that's about half an acre big.
I know. Yes.
You know when this is? This was built before America went across and changed everything, and they decided to destroy this because you weren't supposed to realise it was a castle and it was old.
Yes, that's
because
right.
Being older means that people have been there for longer.
That's right.
It's pretty damn sick saying that we basically went over there in the 1700s. It's just not true. We were there before.
Yes. Yeah, so, I just thought it was interesting because if you dig a little deeper, then I'll show you it even goes back to the Revolutionary War, and we know it goes back, further than that, but they're at least admitting that it went back to the Revolutionary War.
This was an amazing castle.
Oh,
and do you know what? It's really weird. When you look up history, a lot of the castles are always built on a bit of extra land sticking out. Okay, there's no hills and mountains here. There's no rocks to put it on. And of course, Tintagel Castle's built like that. And a lot of castles are built out on these bits of rock. But it's the same thing here. It's built out again.
Yes.
Obviously, the water's risen a bit. This bit is now underwater. Whether they've destroyed a lot of it, but this bit is underwater now. So sad, isn't it, Amy, that they do this?
Oh, it is sad, Karen. I agree.
Anything else you want to say, Amy?
I just was looking up, and it's definitely included in Tartaria. If you Google about was the Bannerman Castle related to Tartaria, and different Tartarian groups do have it in there. That it was one of the Tartarian buildings that they've tried to get rid of. So I found that interesting as well. It always goes back to Tartaria. Yes. Oh, you're welcome, Karen.
So sad that they've done it to that place. So sad.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, thank you for bringing this to my attention, Amy.
Oh, you're welcome, Karen.
Love you, Amy.
Love you too, Karen.
Wow, well, after doing Bannerman Castle, me and Amy have come back because we just wanted to look up some of the castles in America. Like, this is the most beautiful castles in America. So, this one's in California.
Yes.
I think I've been there.
Oh, really? On your trip to America?
Yeah, ages ago. But anyway, here's another one outside, well, by New York. We're going to look at a couple of these in a second. Oh. Then there's this one. It's a palace. And you've got Scotty's Castle. Got this one. This is the one that we're going to have a look at when the picture loads up. All the times that they've sent us around and across the world to places like Egypt and all these places for this history. Even America's got buildings built in the rocks.
Yes.
They're either swallowed up by some mud flood, which I don't know, but these things they're in the rocks.
Yes.
Another one outside New York, Castle Gold. That's outside New York. Then you've got, look at that one. Oh my God. They're telling us that this was built in 15 years. Oh my God. You just think they are sick people. There's another one now, Lyndhurst Castle.
Yes.
Built in the stone, Amy. You know, we had a lot of buildings and castles and churches and stuff built in stone.
Right.
Amy's still got birds, haven't you, Amy? I could just hear them.
I do.
Here's another one.
They're loud.
Hearst Castle. I mean,
Oh my
that's
God.
like Middle Eastern.
Beautiful.
Here's another one. The Smithsonian Castle. Oh, Washington, D.C. that one is. And that one is
Yeah.
California. And there you go. Bolt Castle. Just like Bannerman Castle.
Hey there.
Out on an island with the same thing. This kind of like a causeway round it with the buildings on it. And they want you to believe all that rubbish.
That's right.
Commission this 120-room storybook castle on an island in St. Lawrence's River. It opened to the public in 1977. But how come you Americans have not put all this together? I thought you went out travelling and stuff.
Obviously, we don't have our eyes open very much.
I suppose, like, you know, because every state is so big, it's a bit like having
Yes.
England, Ireland, France. It's like, I don't know what's going on in France that much. I mean, except what they put on the news. They do show a lot of world news on our news, but you might not know because in America, each state sort of sticks to its own.
Yes, and I mean, it's just such a large country, and I've only been to a few states myself, and only on the East Coast where I live. I've never been to California or Arizona or any place like that.
No.
So,
Amy, just hang on
don't see much.
1 second, because in Arizona, we're
Oh,
going
I
to
have
look.
seen
We're going to look
that,
at that one a
yes.
little bit more right now. I was just saying to Amy, I don't think Brian Forrester's been to this place.
That's right. That's right, Karen.
I mean, I was going to show you this picture. Hang on, Amy. I'm not saying that this is the most beautifulest of buildings ever, but it looks like it's like a town in there. It's been swallowed up.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit
Yes, it
gobsmacked.
does.
Like this, you know. When is they ever concentrating on this place?
I know.
Wow, Amy.
Yeah, they tell us places like the Grand Canyon, different national
Inside,
parks.
oh my God, inside it's got levels and things, and there's a
Yes.
road works and things outside where there was obviously buildings outside.
Right. Yes, I see that.
Whoa, yeah, I've never seen this place before, have you?
No, I haven't. No.
Kept a bit shh about this, didn't they? Because don't forget, you've got that, like, I forget which country, which Malaysian country it's in, but they've got like the building coming out of the wall. Well, that's the same sort of thing. Just stick something on there and you could do the same thing.
That's right.
Look at that. Wow. Well, I wasn't expecting to see that. It's only because I looked up the castles.
Yes.
And all of them are amazing in the pictures.
Oh, they are.
Right. Well, I'm just going to see if there's anything about inside it, Amy. Wow. They reckon there's all these levels inside. These people were living in there. Why would they be living in there?
I don't know.
The only thing is, it would be a lot cooler. But, wow, I
Right.
just, to build all that. Amy, you've got to say something. I know.
No, I know.
Yeah, Amy's looking at it in on the internet as well. But I mean, look at it all. They reckon it's inside. Like, wow.
Yes, I know. You're right.
Oh my God. 1 second. Look
Now,
at this. We got houses with beams and things like this in it. In the rock, there's beams and things. Like there was obviously roofs. This is crazy.
it is.
1 second. I'm not quite sure what this is, but there's like, wow.
I know.
You Americans, you've been worrying about having no history. I'm telling you, you've got the same history as everyone else.
That's right, Karen.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
I know.
We've been looking at things like this, you and me, off and on over the months in all these other countries. Never once did you think you're going to find them in America.
That's right.
Look at it. There's just picture upon picture of it. I don't even know what to
Yes.
make of it. It's absolutely amazing. It's not, I wouldn't say they're showing you that it looks the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The one in Jordan, that looks amazing. That's more sort of, but it doesn't matter. This is still really old. Look at it.
I know.
And you know, like, how would they been able to build? I mean, you know, like, one thing is that the mud has come over, and then a bit of the what was there is sticking out, and this is all a mud flood. But
Yes.
otherwise, how the hell did they build all this in the stone?
I don't know.
It's
That's a good
absolutely.
one.
I mean,
It
it's
is.
quite intricate, really, isn't it?
It's very intricate.
Ah,
It does.
look at that, Amy!
Yes, it's gorgeous. Wow. Breathtaking.
Oh my God, inside is absolutely. Oh my God, it looks even more magnificent and beautiful than anything we've got.
Wow, it is beautiful.
This one is still there. It's even got a swimming pool of some kind or water, and yeah, look at that. We're going to look at a few pictures now.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God, just look at that. All that wood. Look at it all. It's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
If I told you this was Buckingham Palace, you'd have believed me.
I know that. That's right.
Oh my God, just look at it.
It is. It's just gorgeous. It is so magnificent, like you said. Yes. Bedroom.
Oh my God, look at the bedroom. My mum and dad have got a bed like that with those big things on it like that. But look at that. Look at the ceiling. Oh my God. Oh my
I
God.
know.
Amy. And you're
I
no
know.
worry that you've got history.
I know. That's for sure.
Absolutely amazing. When you see it a little bit from the distance, I mean, you know, with the two, what do you call them, turrets sticking up, that does half remind you of churches, and they've just taken a bit of it off so that it doesn't look like a church. But when you see that library inside, it looks like a church. But they've probably rendered it, Amy. They've probably put rendering or done something to it to cover up what it really is.
Right. That's right, Karen. Yes.
Wow. Amy, I'm getting my swimming costume and I'm getting my towel and we're going there for a swim.
Yes, Karen.
Look at that.
That looks
I mean,
wonderful.
some of that might be a bit more modern, but what an amazing room.
Yes.
I want to go swimming in that swimming pool.
Me too.
I want to go swimming in there, Amy.
So do I, Karen. That is just gorgeous.
Yeah. Who owns this
It
one,
looks
Amy?
like a
Amy, look up and see
castle.
who owns this one. Look at the dining room. Oh my God! If I said this was a castle in England, you'd be like,
Right, you would think
where
it was
has
a
all this
castle.
come from that you didn't think that you had?
I know.
It's been hiding in your country. They unfortunately have
That's great.
destroyed masses of it because this is what Bannerman Island was all about, probably.
Exactly.
You can't tell me that things like this were built in a few years last year. Look at it. Look at that room there and these rooms. I mean, this is magnificent. Again.
Yes.
Wow. Yet again, back in the USA with no history. We are now at Bolt Castle. And that's New York.
Well, I know.
Hiding that one, Amy. They're hiding it from us.
They are.
It's not that maybe it's exactly the same building, but doesn't it remind you of the same sort of thing as Bannerman Island, Bannerman Castle?
It does. It does remind me
It's the same sort of complex, isn't it?
It is.
Ugh.
1900.
Oh, that figure again.
Yes, which is around the time they said that Bannerman Castle was built.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so you actually do have your Cinderella castle after all.
We sure do. We really do.
Yeah, it's got wedding pictures there. Someone's like in the water, like using for wedding pictures, and yet, you know, I don't hear Cece talking about this, do you?
No, that's right, Cece from New York.
Yeah. I'm Cece.
Yeah.
Cece here. Yeah, that one. Yeah, this one's in nice condition though, Amy.
Yes, it is, Karen.
They've kept this one in good nick, unlike the other one, Bannerman Castle.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should all come over to America to do history lessons in America.
I think so.
You think of all the
That's
people, you think of all the tourism it's brought to England because we've got castles, but actually you didn't realise they were all underneath you in the same country.
Yes, that's right, Karen.
Right, well, me and Amy have brought to attention, well, there was 11 castles to start with, and we've just shown a few of them. Boat trips there. People do go there. What, you don't put two and two together?
I know.
We've just
They
brought your
don't-
attention to the fact there are more castles.
Yes.
Thank you, Amy.
Oh, you're welcome, Karen.
Big hugs, my darling.
Big hugs to you too, my darling.
Basically, what we found was that it said that there was 12 castles, state that Amy lives in.
Yes, Karen.
We're looking...
And I,
Oh, I have to accept. Hang on. Right, we're looking at the first one. It looks like a big house, but it still looks quite magnificent, doesn't it?
yes, it does.
I mean, it looks quite nice, but it's that old as some of the
Right.
other ones we've been looking at. So we're just going to go through them.
Right.
Look at that one. Elkin Armory. Elkin.
Yes.
Elkton. Says
Yes,
was built in
Elkton.
1915. Yeah, right.
Right.
I don't believe anything they. Frederick Armory. Frederick. I just said we've got buildings that are a bit similar to, like, reminding me of this brick and that in Reading, to be honest. But what do you reckon of that? Another one?
Yeah, I know. Yes, it says it was built for the National Guard of Maryland, but now it's a recreation center.
Yeah, of course it would be something completely different. We'll go to another one now. Allegheny. What's that, Amy? Allegheny
Allegheny.
County House.
Allegheny.
Wow,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at that one.
I know. Yeah, that's way in the west from where I live. It's on the other side of the state.
Can't
I'm
tell whether that bit with the sort of bluey bit on is newer, but look at that.
Oh, I know.
19th century again.
Yes.
Well, they can't make it any older than that, can they? Because then it would mean that people were there before. I mean, look at this one. National Park Cemetery, Forest Glen.
Yes.
That's all they've got. That's the only picture they've got of that one. But we might look at a few of them, mightn't we, Amy?
Yes, Karen.
Oh, look at that one. Rose Gate Chevy Chase.
Yes.
Oh, built 1927.
Yes. Says it was used as a short time for a nightclub. So that's
Hey,
odd.
let's go to the castle for the dance.
Yeah.
What's the next one called then, Amy?
Hyattsville Armory in Hyattsville,
That
Maryland.
one looks older, actually. Because once it's brick or
Yeah.
stone looking, I think they're older. But anyway, who knows? But that's quite amazing. That was 2008 that was taken. Let's get past the ad. What's this one?
Yeah.
Bonnie Blink Castle.
Yes, that's in Hunt Valley.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Queen Elizabeth I times.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Or sort of 16th, 17th century, but who knows? But it's never going to be what they said. And here's another one. Oh, right. Hagertown Armory looks like the other one above.
It does. Yes, it looks like the Frederick Army.
Yeah. Doesn't say much about that one. It says built in 1926. And then the
Yeah.
Mount Savage Castle, Mount Savage, but that doesn't actually look like a castle, does it?
No, it really doesn't.
That
Just
one was
looks
built
like
in
a big
1840. So how the hell can you ever say what anything is? That one was supposedly built 1840, so it's older than this one.
We're right.
Laurel, they're armories.
Yes. Well, now it says this castle is now used as a bed and breakfast.
Which one's that, Amy? Oh,
The Mount Savage Castle.
Right, sorry, I'd moved on to the next one. But right,
You're
yeah.
looking at the Laurel Armory, yes. And it built in 1927.
It says 1940 on this one. Oh yeah, it says bed and breakfast.
Yeah, now you...
Then they've got the Laurel Armory,
Yes,
1927.
yes. Now you...
God! Look at the Baltimore City College. Oh my God!
I know. That's what I was stunned at. The Baltimore City College.
Wow.
I know. Also referred to as the Castle on the Hill, this is no doubt one of the pretty places to learn. So, and I'm from Baltimore, and I never realized that the City College used to be a castle. I heard.
No, you've got to look at things differently now, Amy. Is that the end?
I know.
Have you got any more to go through? No, it's just questions now. No
Right.
one putting it all together. That
I
there's something
know.
wrong here. So Amy and I go and look at a couple.
Yes.
Right, let's have that. Right, we're at the top at the beginning. Right, hang on. What are you saying, Amy?
Well, the Baltimore City College is actually, it's not a college, it's actually what they call a college preparatory school, which is basically what we call high school in the United States, in America. So it's really a high school.
Wow.
I know some people that actually attended there, to be honest. So I never realized that it was a castle or anything.
No, I've got another picture. Wait a minute, Amy. Oh my God, Amy.
I know.
Do you know what that could be? You know, Buckingham Palace was something like that, and then they built another bit on the front. It was sort of, that could be like a Buckingham Palace.
Yes.
Amazing.
It is.
What were you going to say again, Amy?
Well, I was just going to say with the Baltimore City College that it says it was began in March of 1839 when this.
What was it before?
I know, that's what I would think. And it says the City Council of Baltimore, Maryland passed a resolution mandating the creation of a male high school with a focus on the study of English and classical literature, and that it was later became the Baltimore City College. It was just called the high school, and then later they called it the Baltimore City College, and they opened later
The thing
in the
is
same...
enormous. How could they have afforded to have built it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You know, sometimes, I mean, like, maybe they were other buildings and they've turned them into prisons and things. I mean,
I know.
okay, this one they've turned into a college. I'm not sure if this is something out here and that's something else that was around it, but wow. Well, thank you for that information, Amy.
Oh, you're welcome, Karen.
Look at the height of these ceilings. Look at it. Look at it. Another amazing building. Look at that one down there. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Look at it. Wow. Yes, Amy? Amy's dying to tell us. Come on, Amy. Tell me.
About the Frederick Armory, excuse me. That it was, it says it was built for the Maryland National Guard in the early 20th century. So same time frame as they're giving us for all these buildings.
Amy?
Yeah, so it says that the Frederick Army, that the building copies features of medieval fortifications with crenellated blocks at either end of a buttressed drill hall. So that's how it's describing it.
It's those words we don't know. So what was the other one we were talking about,
sure
Amy? With the inside the Buckingham Palace that, you know, we said, well, we don't use that word.
Crenellated blocks?
No. Remember, it was something else. It was in the quadrant.
Yes, the quadrangle.
That's it,
yes.
The quadrangle in Buckingham Palace.
Yes.
1 second, Amy.
Yes.
1 second. I'm not quite sure what this is. It does kind of look like a church, but there's this place here. God, look at that. In the town, Frederick, you've got the pillared building there. Look at these. Whatever it is, it doesn't actually say what it is. It just says in Frederick. There you go. Look at that in Maryland. Wow, Amy. Amy has to wait for the video to see her town.
That's right.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, that was just going off a little bit. That's just another building there. Oh, sorry. So yeah, we read a little bit out. Sorry, it didn't record, Amy. I put it on too quick. We started talking too quick. But yeah, there it is. There. Look at it. Amazing. Oh, there's that. I would like to have shown that one, but it's very small when it comes up. But look at that. Amazing.
Yes.
This one's Hagerstown, and although they're not quite as old, they're still just magnificent buildings, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, I mean, over here, for instance, let's just take the recorder over here. Look at that. This is what's in this place. Look at this building here. Look at this one. Old picture. Look at it. Amazing. Amy, any history for this one?
Let's see. I haven't looked up the history of it. I was just looking at the images. But I know Hagerstown is it's not too close to where I live at. It's a very historic town. You see about the armory.
You could have said that you were in England here with some of the houses and stuff. And
well, you know, Maryland is a very English state. We have a lot of just the culture and everything, and the buildings. You know, we're kind of considered almost that we never really break away from England.
Oh no, Amy, we're attached, aren't we?
We're attached.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yes. Well, it says, I looked it up, and it says that the Hagerstown Armory is a historic armory in Hagerstown, Maryland, and it is a two-story Flemish bond structure with full basement, emulating a medieval fortification built in 1926. And it says that it talks about the front, that it features a central block offset by two three-story characterized by a ring of scalloped stone molding, surrounded by a ring of brick dentils, and topped, I don't know what all these words mean, but and topped by two frenelies per side with stone caps. The center section is topped by two frenels, I'm not sure how to say it, with steps with a stone tablet bearing the seal of the state of Maryland centered between them.
Oh, it's bringing up loads of old buildings now. Amy, just go and put in Keymar College.
Keymar College?
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
we're going to stick to this, the castles, well, what they're calling castles, but I just want Amy to see Keemar College.
Oh, yes, I see it, yes. It was a private women's college in Hagerstown, Maryland, founded in 1853.
Look at the size of it.
Yes. Oh, my, look at that.
There's another building here with like pillars on it. I'm just going to show this. Like, wow, I don't think you realise what history you've got in your own town.
I know.
In your own town, Amy.
In our own town, that's right.
I'm going to get jealous now.
You'll have to come and visit, Karen. So you can see these places.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
Anyway, there's another place, Haggerton. There's another place there that's like I don't know, it looks like most of it's missing. I don't know what that is. It's got a little tombstone there. Look at that house. Look at them all. Amazing.
yes.
Well, they're all called armories, but now they're called castles. That's a bit strange.
I know. Yeah, we never thought of them as castles ever.
Anyway, we're going to do one more, aren't we, Amy?
Yes, Karen.
Look at this place here. Look at that.
Yes. Yeah, this is Allegheny County Courthouse.
Yeah.
So, it says that, oh, I think I had the wrong one from Maryland. I had one in Pennsylvania.
Hang on a second. Let's go to a bigger picture. Hang on. Now we're at this place here. How do you say it, Ellie? Amy? Ellie. Amy?
Allegheny.
Yeah.
Yes. I was trying to find some history about it, but they didn't have much history when I was looking.
Yeah, anyway, certain bits on it are quite amazing, like around that steeple.
Yes.
I just can't believe that they built this in the Victorian times.
I know. Now this one, I found some history, and it said that let's see, it doesn't even tell a year, but it just says that it's located in the Cumberland's Washington Historic District. Although many church spires dot the Cumberland landscape, it's the Allegheny County Courthouse that dominates this city's skyline. And it says it's historically, courthouses in America have been one of the most architecturally impressive buildings within a community. In this way, the architecture of the building was able to convey the authority of a local government, as well as instill respect and recognition. It said it was built in 1893 is when the construction started.
Well, here I've got, on this site originally stood the headquarters of George Washington. Since removed to Riverside Park, he was entertained at David Lloyd's house, which later occupied this site, when he came there in 1794 to review the troops during the Whiskey Revolution.
Oh, well.
And then it's showing
That's
you the courthouse,
interesting.
or whatever that is, in, oh, that's Washington Street Library.
Yeah.
It's got great big pillars on it at the front. Amazing though, Amy.
I know, Karen, yes.
Yeah, there's one in Pennsylvania. That's the one that you fought. And look at that in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Courts. Good God.
I know, that was the other one in Pennsylvania.
Anyway, we just thought we would draw this to people's attention, didn't we, Amy?
That's right, Karen.
I'm not saying that we know everything about them because we've only just looked them up, but we just wanted to show you Tartaria, America.
That's right, exactly.
I don't know if these look very Russian.
Yeah.
Because Russia owned America and was there in America, but I don't know if they look Russian, but they definitely are older than they say they are.
Right.
Amy, thank you so much for helping me.
Oh, you're welcome, Karen.
Thank you, my
Thank
darling.
you.
Anyway, now you'll be, you know, in the future, you go out with your sister and go and look at some of these places.
I know, that's right.